Okay, guys, is Tesla a buy now that Elon Musk let the RoboTaxi roll? And what does it mean to your portfolio? Do you buy it? Do you sell it? Do you just hang on for dear life? Hey, let's take a look at the chart to find out what could happen. Okay, I did watch a lot of the live unveiling of the RoboTaxi and a lot of other things that Elon Musk has on his mind. So I want to cover the downside first. Is what happens if the news and the reveal disappoints? They're expecting to put the RoboTaxi out in Texas and California. 2025, they are issuing a caution to the RoboTaxis they put out in California with an understanding it will pull to the left. So what happens if they don't like it? Well, I'm looking at what's been going on with Tesla. Tesla basically bottomed down here early in the year, about 137. Now it's working its way, and that upper line is the boundary of a triangle, which we'll see when we switch over to the longer term charts. As of today, what was happening was Tesla was finding support at the 50-day moving average. Now, if that fails, look for Tesla to retrace down to approximately the 207 to 205 level. That would be right on top of the 200-day moving average. It may overshoot, and if it does, your next potential downside target is right here, this past low right in there. And that equates to, I can get you the number specifically, the low there is 182. So that's about a little bit over 50 points away from where we are right now. So that's what could happen. That would break structure, and we may just move sideways. From what I picked up from the live presentation was that Elon Musk has really big plans. He has a really interesting vision of the future, that these robo-taxis, I think it was kind of funny. He said that he expects people to buy these robo-taxis at about $25,000 each, and that you would have a herd of them, like 5, 10, 15, and you would be like the shepherd of your shepherd of your taxis, but then you could rent them out. And so it was a way to generate additional revenue. I don't know how that's going to look, but the people who were at the event looked really excited about getting in the RoboTaxi. Total no driver, no steering wheel, just a heads-up display, and that's all that's all there is to it. Now, I know, speaking for myself, I've been a driver for a long time, and I don't know about getting in something without a steering wheel. Although we used to ride BART, but that was on a train track. The thing that Musk did point out is that the learning capacity of the RoboTaxi is it learns from every driving adventure, but also learns from all the other drivers out there. So to make it a more safe drive. So that's it for my downside projection. So again, and these are zones where prices may fall to if the report, or people are dissatisfied and they're not happy with what it looked like. Be aware, though, that once we drop down into those areas, if we do, what I'm looking at is my momentum may at that time bottom out and start to shift up. So again, I'd be looking for a bottom around there. Now, what happens if price action and the report tomorrow morning is, oh, this is rock solid? We all know that Musk is brilliant, but this is going to put them on the map and open the floodgates up for greater moves on Tesla. Well, we could break out the top of this triangle here. That's above the 162. Let's go over here and say, ultimately, get this up a little bit closer. So they'd be breaking out above this level here, about 156. The high there is up at 264.86. So a break of that could continue the uptrend that started, as I said, back actually over here on the 22nd of April. Well, if that happens, where's the prices likely to go? Now, you want to hold on to this because I'm going to show you on the longer term chart where an additional elevation of where prices could go. And I think you're going to be really surprised. So on the breakout, so let's say we break out here. Well, the target is basically back up at these highs over here. And that high is up about 405. Matter of fact, it's 414.50. And how much of that is a move from where it closed today at? Well, it's about 70%. That's pretty darn healthy. Now, on an aside, I will let you know that I love to trade TSLL, but I did do a little short that talked about trading TSLL. I have a couple of positions open on that just in case. And so I may have a really nice surprise in the morning. We'll see. So that's the upside. That's one of the upside target. How long is it going to take to get there is always another question that we want to ask. Okay, I'm going to do a Fibonacci extension here, guys, to see approximately where and how high that we could go. And what I'm looking for is this swing from here to here. And so I'm going to measure from there to there. And then I'm going to come back to this last swing low here. And then that'll give me a projection of a symmetric move would take me all the way up here and that number is, what is that number? About 445. 786 retracement would take me up to 399. So that would give us a good little expectation where it could move to. And then I can roll in and also grab my time Fibonacci, which I just love to love to trade, or not to trade, but to identify and go the same distance. Go basically from here, from this low to this high. There we go. Probably back to that low. Now the symmetric move, if you will, for 100% of this would take me over to, there's 100%, and that is on the 24th of, now it's going to have to get itself in gear and kick some butt. And then the outside on that, the 1618, is out here about the 11th of December. So I would say, somewhere in between there. And again, we may not get all the way up to 200. What about that number right there? Yeah, that one takes place 1024, and it'll go about halfway out to the 1278, 1618. No, right there is at about 1111. And that's when prices could be that high. That's back up to this high, the old high. The other thing that I notice in looking at this chart, I have an excellent complex head and shoulders pattern that once it breaks out, that could, launch it to the upside. Let's take a look now on the monthly chart to see if we can dig in and maybe get a little bit more information about how high Tesla really could go. Here we go. Now, as we look at Tesla on the monthly chart, as you can see, I'm going to get out of this really quickly and delete a lot of the stuff, remove those drawings. I'm going to go ahead and take the Fibonacci out of there also. And I'm going to focus on a different Fibonacci, and that's from the high here back in, remember, Tesla's been in was in a downtrend since the 1st of November, or November of last year. Utilizing the monthly chart, I can lay in a new Fibonacci, and let's see what that has, see what that tells us. Let's do a simple Fibonacci from here to here, down to these lows, which is the lowest. I think it's that one. And what I'm looking for, if it breaks out, where's my 200? Or this would be a 100% move past this high. Gives us a couple of really excellent targets. If I go up to the 1272, that puts me up to 499.54. If I go up to the 1618, it puts me up to 607.73. And then last but not least, will it make it there? To a 200% extension, or basically the symmetric move off of that move, puts me up at $727 on Tesla. Now, those are Fibonacci forecast, and I want to make sure everybody understands that does not mean that Tesla is going to go to those levels overnight. Look how long it's taken for this part of the pattern to shape up. Another thing we want to take a look at, because it could, from the time it breaks out, that could be the same amount of time it would take to get back up to that other level. So I'm just going to go grab this timeline here, maybe a timeline. I'm going to grab this time. I'm going to just basically draw a line here. And there's a couple of ways I can draw it. I'm just going to, well, even if I just continue, yeah, here you go. I'll do it this way. If I continue on that path, that's going to put me back up that the high, what we said was, maybe April of next year, about. And then how long did that take from April of last year until there? That was approximately 794 days. So it would be 794 days, or a little bit over 2 years, to put on that other 200% or reach the 200% line. So if you have found this video helpful in whatever way, just please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, if you will, and you'll find out when I post more videos that'll highlight stocks like Tesla. So aloha, God bless.